true believers and spectacular Spidey fans, to another really exciting Spider-Man PS4 related video. Once again, unboxing another item relating to the game, and this time it's something really special. We already did the collector's edition, collector's box, all the Funko Pops, and even the amazing vinyl soundtrack of the game. This, I think, takes the cake for all of it, specifically of how meaningful it is from the team from Insomniac and Marvel and PlayStation who worked on this game, and what contents come along inside of it. So if you don't know already, we are unboxing the limited edition art book from Titan Books of Marvel's Spider-Man, and the reason why this one is so different is because of how ginormous this thing is, which is insane. The thing that's crazier about this book itself is the packaging that it comes with. So not only does it have a hard cover, but it's also in the context of the advanced suit. So this is basically a cover of this art book where you can see that's upside down. Marvel Spider-Man, the art of the game, published by Titan Books, the same people that made the prequel novel, Hostile Takeover. And you can also see this gorgeous logo of the advanced suit right there in the front of this awesome cover, with the opening going towards the actual art book itself, and then the back of it is the back logo of the advanced suit. Now the coolest thing, I don't even know if you can tell, but it's all texturized, so the red feels actually a bit dense. Like what they've said is that the suit has a purpose with its look and its context. So the red is a bit more of an armored padding, the white spiders are made out of like a flexible carbon fiber material, and the blue is a more flexible type of, loose material that Spider-Man uses to swing around when he's doing all of this crazy acrobatics. And it's so cool how much detail they put in just with this cover alone, with this totally awesome hardcover, with the logos having that more kind of like more compressed, hardened feel to it, and the red having the stitching on the suit. I don't even know if you can see that. And then the blue having like the piping detail to have it more layered and contextualized is amazing. Besides the book itself, this is my favorite part about this whole package. And also, I kind of unwrapped it already because I wanted to have you see how detailed it is. But there's also one of these in each of the books, and pretty much it says an exclusive look behind the scenes at the creation of Marvel Spider-Man, because this book goes over everything. Not only is it like more than this, which is the art book that came with the collector's edition, where it just shows the pictures and nothing else, and there's like a brief intro to the actual art book itself, like talking about it, just shows pictures of the art from the game. There is same art from this book that's in this limited edition book, but there's actually narrative writing about why everything is the way it is in the game, how they came to these designs, what they were inspired by from comics. And I'll show all you this while I'm unboxing everything and going over some really cool parts about the book. But right here, basically, it just shows you can get it from Titan Books. It also says, really special, is that this special slip-cased edition is limited to just 300 copies worldwide, and includes 2 beautiful prints signed by many of the talented artists who have worked on the game. Of course, this is what comes with the actual slip-cased book, and I will show you the prints because I actually took a sneak peek of it myself, and they're beautiful. So I don't want to damage it, so I'm going to slide it out really carefully, make sure I did not damage the art at all, which you're going to see is amazing. But mainly, you open it up, or you at least take out the contents that come inside this amazing cover. That way you can actually protect the art book that's inside of it. But there's also this. The package inside of the art book is actually 2 amazing prints of the game with super amazing art signed by almost everyone at Insomniac Games. I see Ted Price is right here, and there's also Jacinda Chu down here, the art director of the game. There's also, people I actually got to meet at E3, Bula and Josue, just all these people who have worked tirelessly to make this the best Spider-Man game that they can possibly make, with these incredible arts where Spider-Man is fighting Scorpion and Rhino in the shipping yard, and of course spoilers because I think we've all beaten the game by now, but also Doc Ock and the rest of the Sinister Six fighting Spider-Man on top of the raft, which is crazy. So they are all authentically signed because, as you can see, they're both different with their signatures, and Jacinda Chu actually went on Twitter saying that they didn't just like print the signatures on each one, they all hand signed each and every single one of these prints. And I'm gonna frame these as soon as I can because this is amazing that they actually went that far to go for the fans and give them something truly special as a thank you for playing the game and just staying tuned this whole time ever since 2016 with the first trailer, and actually signing those prints for fans is insane. But of course, the main book itself is glorious. This hardcover slip of Mr. Negative fighting Spider-Man on the subway looks amazing. If I can open it fully, that way I don't damage it by any means. Oh, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. That's the art that's on the box of the PS4 Pro, but it's just in this art book. And of course, as you can see, all detailed. The side also is from the artwork, but if you take it off, it is mainly just the huge spider logo that I think comes with the standard art book. That way, if I can take the slip off right there, huge red, or white spider I should say, and red backgrounds for it with the Mr. Negative versus Spider-Man art coming with it, which is insane. Fully outwards like that is beautiful. Even if you just want to hang that and not even put it on the art book, you could. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm going to show you guys art from the book without me here, like this, which is all the designs that they have for the masks and the spider logos and everything, which is so cool. We've seen that in one of the collectible backpacks. But when you open the book and you actually go, and the first couple pages that you see, you actually see two written messages from Bill Rosemann and Brian Intar discussing about their feelings about making the game, what their thoughts were when they actually were making this art book, and what actually comes with it is insane. This one is from Bill Rosemann himself, and then the other one is actually from Brian Intihar. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read these to you guys while I'm showing off artwork of what's inside the art book. And of course, it's spoilers because we've all probably beaten the game by now, so we know who the main villain is and everything. But definitely expect to see lots of cool artwork from the book right now, so let's get into it. So while I'm showing you the art of the book, everybody, I'm going to read you the first two passages that you can find in the book from both Bill Rosemann and Brian Intar, which basically discuss about their passion that they have for Spider-Man as what went into making the game in general. And even though the rest of the book includes written words from both Paul Daves and the entirety of Insomniac's art team, these beginning passages are truly moving when you actually read them for yourself from both Bill and Brian. And to start off with Bill's passage, it states, "The kid who loves Spider-Man. Let me tell you about this kid I know. He was 7 when he first saw the red and blue web slinger swing across his TV screen in reruns of the classic 1960s cartoon, and it was love at first sight. A year later, he walked into his school's book fair, bought a paperback-sized reprint of Stan Lee and Steve Ditko's Amazing Spider-Man number 7 through number 13, and was bitten by the storytelling bug just as Peter Parker was bitten by that famous aerated spider. He never stopped enjoying Spider-Man's stories, whether in comic books, novels, TV shows, movies, or video games, for the next 40 years. During those years, he cherished his Spider-Man birthday cakes, Halloween costumes, Mego dolls, action figures, and underoos. He wrote Spider-Man stories for school assignments and for fun. He asked his mom to make him wheat cakes, and when he was prescribed glasses, he was proud because Peter Parker once wore them. You see, it was in Peter that the kid saw himself, or who he strived to be. A bookish nerd who wasn't perfect, who often failed, but who always tried to do the right thing. Peter may have been outnumbered by his enemies, hated by his boss and the press, and who was literally had the weight of the world on his shoulders via a pile of rubble, but he never gave up. Peter may have let the burglar who eventually killed his Uncle Ben run by him, but that didn't mean that every day he couldn't put on that mask and seek redemption. The kid came of age with along Peter, and when faced with difficult moral decisions, would ask himself, what would Peter Parker do? During his second summer home from college, the apartment building in which the kid and his mother lived caught fire. He ran in and out of their ground floor unit carrying out anything he could find. On his last trip in, with the lights of the building cut off, he felt his way back to his bedroom and carried out a long box of comics because most of them starred Spider-Man. Galvanized by that moment to pursue a career telling superhero stories, the kid actually pulled it off and landed an entry-level position at Marvel. Through the company's bankruptcy and eventual ascendance, the kid did whatever he could to champion the brand, and whether he was writing and editing comic books or helping to make video games, he happily worked at Marvel for over 20 years. When the kid had a kid of his own, he named him, what else? Peter.
You have no doubt guessed by now that the kid is me, but he's also everyone at Marvel, Insomniac, and PlayStation who grew up with the wall crawler and is now lucky enough to work on Marvel's Spider-Man. More importantly, he's you. You are why we pursued our dreams to create games and why we poured every ounce of our creative energy into making this particular game amazing. We thank you for coming along with us on this journey, and we hope you enjoy all of the spectacular art and world building spotlighted in the following pages. We all have a Spider-Man story, and hopefully we'll run into each other at a convention or on social media, and you can tell me yours. Until then, may your web shooters always be full of fluid, and may your spider sense always warn you of danger, and may you never stop asking yourself, what would Peter Parker do? Your man at Marvel, Bill Rosemann, Executive Creative Director of Marvel Games. And that just goes to show the true passion that everyone at Marvel and Insomniac truly have for this character, and if Bill's speech wasn't enough, I'm now going to read the passage that Brian put in the book himself. And even though this passage appears within the mini art book within the collector's edition, it still is great that they featured it within the limited edition art book. So Brian's passage is titled, Great Power But an Even Greater Responsibility. So what do you think about working on a game with Sony and Marvel? I vividly remember hearing that question. It was a late afternoon a few years back during the fall, and I had swung by the office of Ted Price, Insomniac Games' founder and CEO. I was updating him on the progress of a game our studio was wrapping up. After we finished, he quickly changed the subject and my life. Without hesitation, I practically shouted, yes, and I'd love to lead the project. As any superhero fan can probably imagine, being able to bring the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man to the PlayStation 4 system has been a dream come true, and that feeling resonates across our studio. Not only do so many of us connect with the character's charm, vulnerability, and humor on a personal level, but he also fits the personality of Insomniac perfectly. We were meant to make this game. Spider-Man is such an iconic character, and he's beloved by so many people, which is why we have always felt an unbelievable responsibility to deliver a gaming experience that not just met but exceeded expectations. Early on, the stunning artwork by the talented artists that you'll see throughout this book helped provide us with the inspiration needed to deliver an unforgettable Spider-Man experience. I sit right next to our art director, Jacinda Chu, and anytime a new piece of concept art would come in, I would leap out of my chair to check it out. Seeing the artwork gave me feelings of wonder and excitement, which mirrors how I felt as a kid whenever I looked through the pages of a Spider-Man comic book. Personally, being the creative director on Marvel's Spider-Man has been the greatest moment of my professional career, but as you'll see throughout this book, and when you play the game yourself, everything we do is a team effort, and I couldn't have done my job without the unwavering support and passion of so many people at Sony Interactive Entertainment, Marvel Games, and of course, my Insomniac family. Thank you for joining us on this all-new Spider-Man adventure, and I hope you have as much fun playing it as we did making it. From yours truly, Brian Intar, Creative Director at Insomniac Games. And even though I read this exact same passage coming from the mini collector's edition art book, it still is super emotional reading that myself when reading this ginormous art book. And just by hearing that yourself, you can tell how much passion everyone from the teams from Marvel, Insomniac, and PlayStation had when making this amazing game.
But anyways, guys, that is going to do it for the art of Marvel's Spider-Man with the limited edition art book that you can get off of ForbiddenPlanet.com. Even though they say that there's only 300 of these worldwide, at first they said they were sold out, and now they're apparently back in stock, and that's how I was able to order mine, which is insane. So if you guys really want one, I'm going to leave a link in the description so you yourself can try and secure one if you want to get it. Of course, as we already know, there's 3 versions of the art book. There's the one that comes in the collector's edition with this really small one where it's just the pictures and some, script words. But the main one is actually from Titan Books that is also having writing from it from Paul Daves, and the other one is just the standard edition art book, but this main one is the real deal that you should truly get if you are a hardcore fan of art books, and mainly if you love this game just as much as I do. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the artwork and those amazing 2 beginning, intros to the book from Bill Rosemann and Brian Intar. They're super emotional to read, and it means a lot just after meeting both of them to actually have this in my hands, which is insane. But anyways, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Stay spectacular, Spidey fans. Peace out.